In this video, I'll show you how to use rotation check to tune your rotator. Before we start tuning the rotator, let's briefly look at how rotation rules work. Rotation rules allow you to separate tracks based on specific attributes. For example, you may not want two slow songs to play back-to-back. To achieve this, you can configure a tempo separation rule for slow tracks in a category. For example, you can specify that at least one other track must play between two slow songs. When the rotator selects the next track, it first checks the track at the top of the category's rotation queue. If that track violates the tempo separation rule, the rotator moves on to the next candidate, then the next one, until it finds a track that satisfies all configured rules. The other separation rules work in exactly the same way, including mood, style, and other track attributes. The rotator always tries to select the closest track in the rotation queue that meets all of the configured constraints. One rule deserves special attention: artist separation. Unlike the others, it is a global rule. It applies across all categories and defines the minimum time that must pass before the same artist can be played again. This ensures that the same artist does not appear on the air more frequently than the interval you specify. However, the ability to follow your rotation rules depends not only on the settings themselves. The size of your music library and the diversity of its content also play a major role. The larger and more diverse your music library is, the more options the rotator has available, making it easier to follow your rotation rules. Let's assume you've already created your categories and configured your rotation rules the way you think they should work. But at this point, you don't yet know whether the rotator will actually be able to follow those rules in real-world operation. That's exactly what rotation check is designed for. Once you've finished your initial configuration, run rotation check. The program performs a virtual 24-hour schedule generation without creating playlists or modifying the database, then analyzes the results. If a global issue is detected, such as artist separation, fix that first. Since this rule affects all categories, there's no point in adjusting individual categories until the global rule has been resolved. After making the change, run rotation check again. If there are no global issues, the program will identify the category where the rotator has the most difficulty finding a suitable track and determine which rule most frequently prevents a successful selection. At this stage, it's important to understand that the solution isn't always to change the rule itself. Sometimes relaxing the rule is enough. In other cases, it's better to keep the rule as it is and add more tracks with the required characteristics to the category. For example, more artists, more fast or slow tracks, or more tracks with a particular mood or style. The more diverse the category is, the more choices the rotator has, making it easier to follow your rotation rules. Another setting that affects the result is search depth. It determines how many candidate tracks the rotator evaluates while searching for a suitable track. If the search depth is too small, the rotator may fail to find a suitable track, even though one exists in the category. In some cases, simply increasing search depth slightly is enough to eliminate the problem without changing any other settings. After each change, run rotation check again. If the first problem has been resolved, the program will either report that the configuration is complete or identify the next most important issue. Continue repeating this process until rotation check no longer reports any problems. This approach allows you to tune your rotator step by step, resolving one cause at a time. Instead of randomly changing multiple settings, you only adjust what is actually limiting the rotator, allowing you to achieve a stable and predictable rotation much more quickly. P layer. No random selection, just rotation rules.